All right, so Bidwell did sweep Duke in the last round, which means that we have the run back. We have the run back for Zero versus Bidwell here. Zero previously knocking out Bidwell into, well, not knocking out, knocking Bidwell into loser's bracket. We're currently looking at, now here's the thing. This is first to three. If Bidwell wins against Zero, Bidwell has to win again because it's double elimination, and Bidwell was knocked into loser's bracket. So Bidwell has to win a total of 6 rounds total.
Wait, how about me? I have to win one round?
You only have to win 3. We'll update you on the scores if you have any questions. But
So Bidwell needs to have 6 hearts.
you run 2 brackets back to, so the way that this works is you run 2 brackets back to back. So if Bidwell wins the first to 3, or first to 3, then you have to do another first to 3. All right. I do believe it is time. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris! All right, both off to very clean starts here. Bidwell is not at 3 hearts already. Let me fix that. There we go. Bidwell setting up for a Tetris already. Zero has a little bit of an overhang blocking the well there, but clears it out pretty quickly, pretty efficiently. And looks like the first Tetris is for Zerobot. Here we go. Zero declines to take the second Tetris, wants to build up instead. Has a massive overhang on the left side, or massive spire on the left side. Tetris for Bidwell there. They are neck and neck here. 3-line difference. 4-line difference now. Zero is getting pretty much all the pieces he needs to maintain this play style, but it is a little bit, I think, slower than Bidwell's clean stacking here. An overhang. You can't Vitz that. Oh, Zero thought that was a Vitz is what was going on there. That's unfortunate. Unfortunately, it was a Tritz. Only 3. You can't Vitz that. All right. Can go for the T-spin here, and does, but misses it. No! Zero going for a very heavy tux, and Zero saying that he forgot about tux, despite having just done one because of muscle memory, I believe. And during this time, these two players have remained pretty neck and neck. Bidwell with 39 lines, Zero with 37 lines. Only a 3-line difference as they reach close to the halfway point of the match. We're seeing 43 and 43 neck and neck here. Bidwell clears 2 singles, and Zero clears a triple. Bidwell trailing by 5 lines, 4 lines now. Gets a Tetris to bring it back just down to just 1. All right. 57 lines, 58 lines. All right. And it looks like Bidwell is going through a little bit of a drought. Not a very long one. Chooses not to take the Tetris instead to build up, which I think is a smart choice. Goes for a couple of skims to even out the stack. Skims are very powerful in this. You don't have the downsides of them being, you know, decreasing the amount of Tetrises that you get, because Tetrises aren't actually We're seeing 72 lines to 74 lines. Very close game here. Bidwell goes for a little bit of a T-tuck there. Unfortunately, Bidwell's getting droughted here. Right when 23, 24, 25 piece drought. And finally gets it on the 27th piece. Dirty Tetris for Zero. 84 to 86 lines. Just 12 lines for Zero to go, 14, or, well, now 12 for Bidwell to go now. 91 lines, 92 lines for Zero, but Zero has a lot less of a stack, so this is a lot closer than it may seem. 6 lines to go for Zero. 5. And Bidwell is starting to stack down. Trying to go for 3 L pieces in a row. 97, 98 lines. 97. This is going to be exceedingly close. And Zero takes it by 2 lines. Just as long as you're in frame. Yeah. All right. It is currently 0-1-0. All right. Now, Zero is trying to get some feeling back into his thumb, I believe. All right. Players are ready? All right, in 3, 2, 1, Tetris! Bidwell going for 2 tucks in the first 4 pieces. I think that is the most tucks you can have in 4 pieces. Starting the game off right with a drought, of course. 15-piece drought to start it off. Zero currently leading by 1 line. Both players building up pretty high. Now the players are tied. And a Tetris for Bidwell opens the game up. 7 to 4 lines. 11 to 8 lines now. Bidwell going for a little bit of an interesting stacking setup here. Again, it's not really that important to keep your the bottom rows that clear. You can stack up pretty high. $20 lines to 29 lines. Row leads by about 9 lines now, 7 lines now. Double long bar dependency there. One gets filled. Waiting for the other for a dirty Tetris. There we go. And another Tetris for Bidwell. 35 to 40 right now. A tuck for Zero to get a nice clean board there. 44 to 39. A triple for Bidwell. A Tetris for Zero. 48 to 42. Zero's leading. Zero's now leading by 6. $53 to 57 as we reach just over the halfway point here. O-tuck for Zero here. Separated by just about 7 lines here. The players are trash talking as they play. '85 and 80, 87, 84. '90 lines. Last 10 lines for Zero here. Has to make some tough decisions. 94 to 97, and Zero could come away with the second one here. 99 just needs 1 line, and boom! Zero gets a single. All right. Zero will take the second game here, and now Zero could sweep Bidwell here, or Bidwell could do the exceedingly rare reverse sweep into loser's bracket. Reverse sweep. So not only does Bidwell have to get 3 in a row here, but he would also have to win another best of 3 or best of 5 after this. All right, players in 3, 2, 1, Tetris! Zero starting out very aggressively. We aren't seeing the slow rundown of pieces like you normally do for the first piece in NES Tetris. All right, and we are seeing all right. We're seeing both players at 16 lines. Bidwell at 18. Zero at 18 with the Tetris, now 22. All right. 21 to 26 lines. Zero leading in both score and lines. Zero's highly aggressive playstyle has led to some top outs, so maybe that's what Bidwell needs to get back in this, or just playing faster. Bidwell has the ability to play faster. It's just very hard to play fast and not top out. Some trash talk going on from the competitors here. You can see Zero's dad in the frame there. Now we do have Bidwell with a very high stack over there. Going for maybe a cheeky center well. No, blocks it up and goes for the right well Tetris. And a double. Bidwell has some cheese at the very bottom to maybe stack out of. And already out of all the cheese. 55 lines for Bidwell, 53 for Zero. So we are seeing some maybe increases in speed from Bidwell here. Bidwell 56 lines to Zero's 60, but Bidwell has more to burn here. Evens it out. 60 to 61. We don't really have, like, push-down points in this mode. Would it be, like, score a single to even it out? I'm not sure what it would be. Interesting thing here, we're not seeing a lot of players take the Tetrises. They'd rather build up in preparation for the final scramble here. Bidwell kind of missing out on that because we're getting a drought here. 19, 20-piece drought, 21, and finally there it is. Tetris for Bidwell. 74 to 73 lines. Bidwell has a little bit of an advantage, I would say, for having more material. But Bidwell needs to stack down, and it's in the final quarter here. Boom Tetris for Zerobot here. Oh, my. Oh, no! And Bidwell will top out. And Zero, 83 lines. Just needs 17 lines to go. .91 lines for Zero. Bidwell basically needs Zero to top out here. 98 lines for Zero here. Needs a double or 2 singles. And boom. Zero sweeps. Takes a sweep here. Congratulations, Zero, for winning the double elimination 100-line sprint tournament. If I could see both of you over here for an interview real quick. Both, yeah. Oh, yeah, take your time, take your time. No, go out the proper way. Whatever. I just need to interview Bidwell first. Bidwell. Yeah, I want both finalists right now. So, Bidwell, Zero, a very mighty opponent. How do you feel you did?
I did okay. That was kind of fun. I mentioned earlier I speedrun Dr. Mario, my monthly speedrun, so I kind of had that puzzle game mentality of press and make quick decisions, even if it's not the best decision. And it worked up until I made like a 9-year-old. So that's how great it was.
Yeah, Zero, you know, kind of the next generation of Tetris players you see. Bidwell says kind of, but it's many people say that he's like a prodigy or whatever, but I don't know. What do you think?
We're technically 3 generations apart. He is Generation Alpha. I'm Generation X, so there's millennials and Zoomers in between us. So, like, literally 40 years. I turned 49 this year. So
40-year gap. Wow.
You're not even, how old are you? 20?
I'm 20.
You're half that. You're half the gap.
I personally have been coming to CTWC for longer than Zero has been alive, and that's a little wild to me. But I can't imagine how it must be for you to see, like, not just the next generation, but the generation after the next generation to grow up and be as good as Tetris as they are. And I know it's an amazing thing to see, I think.
The Nintendo wasn't even out when I was 9. So, but what the beautiful thing I love about this game is when I was 13 when this game came out, is that our current crop of great players are in that same age range, and 40 years down the road, we're still playing the same game, and it blows me away, and it's awesome, and it's beautiful, and I hope that if the good things come down the road, that's going to come down the road for that potential future champion, that I'll be a little footnote like, oh yeah, I beat that Bidwell dude one time, and for my first ever victory in CTWC, so I get to be that footnote.
Yeah, I mean it's an interesting format, and honestly, aside from the puzzle game experience, do you think you had anything else that like made you better at this? Because obviously you made it very, very far in the bracket.
I don't know. I did better than I thought I was going to do. I don't. We had some good players out there, but I think most of our main CTWC vets, other than Zero, are showing up tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow for sure, and hopefully we'll push that match arena over $4.
I do believe it is at $5 even right now, so we are over $4.
Let's hit those coupon codes. Let's get that to $10. Here's hoping.
Of course. And now Zero doing doing handstands. Can I get you over here for an interview? Doing a handstand into the interview room. Amazing. So Zero, obviously winning the tournament. You looked I'm not sure I would say exhausted. You seem full of energy, but you look...
Stum maniac.
I remember you said you had some issues with your thumb. What was going on with that?
Oh, sore.
Soreness from pressing down a lot? Yeah. All right. And what do you think your best match was today?
It's either a Barrow or Chris Bidwell. I don't know which one was closer.
Yeah, the Bidwell one obviously went on for a little bit longer because it was, finals. But I think, Abaro and Bidwell were definitely like two very, very good players today. Obviously, walking away from it, how does winning that make you feel?
Good, but they were 1-1. We were 1-1. We were both Abaro and Chris Bidwell. When they faced me, we were both 1-1. And then the buzzer beater.
Yeah. The buzzer beater with Abaro was exceedingly intense. That was awesome to watch. Very glad to be commentating it. Congratulations on your win. And do you have anything you want to say for tomorrow?
I don't know if I can win tomorrow.
We do have some pretty strong opponents tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow. We'll see Biggie, some of the players from today, a couple of other players traveling out. I'm not entirely too sure about who all is traveling out to see us, but